In its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey, everybody. Live from Harlem in New York City. Yes, this is the Ramble, and this is Alex Bennett. Ladies and gentlemen, he is a well-respected comic. He lives out on the West Coast. We call him every week in San Francisco to see how he's feeling and to make sure he's still above room temperature. And his name is Larry Bubbles Brown. Hello, Larry.
Hey, good to hear from you.
Yeah. So tell us what's been going on. Anything interesting?
Oh, I had a couple of nights. Let's see, I worked with... Friday night, I worked with Dana Carvey and David Spade in a 4,500-seat theater. It was enormous.
Yeah. And it sell out?
It sold out, yeah. It was amazing.
And how did your set go?
I did a very short set. It was fine. It was good. And then Dana was on fire, and Spade's hilarious. And so it was a really fun night.
Yeah, and did they do some stuff together and so on?
They did a little Q&A at the end, kind of like you did at the show here at Cobb's, and the people love that. So
yeah. Wait a minute, they were Cobb's? You said?
No, I said it's like the Q&A you did at Cobb's.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah, because they work together and they do a podcast together. So I suppose if people buy tickets to something with the two of them in it, they want to see them interact with each other.
Right,
Yeah. Well, that's good. So you're always working. That's you really should thank your lucky stars that at your age you're still doing it.
I know, it's incredible.
And I think it's because you just as I say, you don't spoil the room.
No.
And I think that's cool. But anyway,
the funny thing was, I noticed why. I don't think being famous would be that much fun because I had dinner with them before the show, and boy, people are just coming up while they're eating and asking for pictures and autographs and just.
Yeah, I found even with my brief fame, that when we did the show in San Francisco, I tried to get from backstage to the middle of Cobb's to see my wife, who was sitting there, right? Mm-hmm. It took me at least 15 minutes to get that short distance because of people who wanted to take pictures and so on, which in that case, when it's in the theater, you don't mind it because, that you have to expect it. And you want to accommodate people. That's, that's what you want to do. So you do it. But if you're having dinner, I think people should stay away from you.
Yeah, that was always the big no-no, but people are definitely violating that the other night. So.
Well, it's nice to know you're liked, but maybe you'd like to eat your dinner in peace.
Yeah.
And was it near the theater?
Yeah, it was close by. It was in a casino, so it was
Oh, okay.
one of the restaurants in the casino.
Oh, okay. So people could go to the show, and then they could take their pictures with you,
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they stopped for pictures then, didn't they?
Yeah.
Well, people, if you ever go and you see famous people eating dinner, don't ask for a selfie, okay?
Yeah. That's probably the biggest since what was the iPhone, where people started taking pictures. So you get pictures everywhere. So.
Well, the thing that got me years ago is I couldn't understand autographs. I just never understood them. I mean, what was an autograph supposed to signify? It's not signify.
I think it was proof that they had contact with a famous person.
Yes, but All it is an autograph. Somebody just signs, not even knowing who you are. You know, you didn't have any real interaction with them. They just put pen to paper. You know.
Yeah.
And I just never understood the autograph. It just never. I don't think. Have you ever asked anybody for their autograph?
Never, no. I never.
And you've met a lot of.
I don't have any pictures with Robin or Dana. Not one.
You've hung out with a lot of incredibly famous people, and you know you never asked for an autograph. Well, I'm amazed. I don't think I ever asked for an autograph. Maybe when I was really young and there was somebody who was famous, but not for, you know, some performing or whatever, but they were famous because they were historical. But I can't remember that I ever had anybody sign anything. I don't think I've ever gotten an autograph. I've given a lot of them, you know. But I never asked for them because, hey, you know, and I've met and had in my presence very famous people. And I never thought for once to ask them for an autograph. So, you know,
you respected their privacy.
Well, it wasn't respecting their privacy. I mean, when I had them on the radio show, I didn't say to somebody really famous, "Hey, here, sign an autograph." And I wouldn't when I was doing an interview because I felt that was unprofessional.
Absolutely.
You know. So I mean, that's the sum total of it. Ta-da! I don't care. But anyway, so when they take pictures of you, now they take the what do you call it? The selfies. Yeah. And I I found the fun with taking selfies is you actually see how you look. You know, so you can look your best. Mm-hmm. But outside of that, I just, you know, I accommodate it. I accommodate it because it's a way of them saying, "Hey, we like you." That is.
Yeah. So you don't want to be a douchebag and be mean to people that are trying to see you, but it's.
Yeah, and I'm sure there are famous people that refuse, but you know. My feeling is if you're doing something and you're out in public and the public's coming up to you and they're fans of yours, they're not asking you for a selfie because they just want a picture with you. They want a picture with you because they like you. Mm-hmm. If they didn't like you, I don't think they'd ask for a selfie. You know.
No.
So I found, at least in this situation, because the selfie didn't exist when we were doing shows in San Francisco, so I guess the first time I had to deal with actual selfies was at that show. And I felt I had to accommodate anybody who asked, you know. Well, it's a simple accommodation, okay? All I have to do is look at the camera and smile and then move on. You know, so it's a faster way. You know, it's faster than giving an autograph. That makes sense?
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a new technology. So that was what you were doing. Wow, that's good. And
I was thinking,
playing how big was the place again?
4,500. Which was Cobb's is 450, so it was literally 10 Cobbs.
Wow, that's good. That's good. Well, Dana's very popular. You know,
he's been around forever, but he's still very popular.
He seems to be remembered, and that's wonderful. You know, and he's a nice guy too, by the way.
The best,
in case anybody cares. You know, my interaction wasn't that great with him, though. I think the most I ever had an interaction with him is I hired him to do that show at the Circle Star Theater, and I just found him. Whenever he did the radio show or whatever, to be just the nicest guy. And I probably knew his brother better, Brad.
Yeah.
Because Brad
the video toaster.
Yeah, the video toaster. He helped create the video toaster. And that's how I met the video toaster people, was through Brad. Because I think there's some email or something he sent me, and I sent it back, and we started becoming friends. And they said, "I want to introduce you to these guys," you know. And that's how I met Brad. And then I was at, what do you call it, Burning Man with him, of which I have video. And Brad was the, the character that Dana played as Garth? Yeah. That was actually Brad's voice. And if you listen to Brad, you go, oh, my God, it's Garth. It's Garth. And a nice family, I might add. They had a whole family that were just considered to be premium,
Yeah. And it's funny you bring that up because Dana mentioned that San Carlos show when I saw him the other night. So.
Oh, really? What did he say about it?
He said it was like one of the hottest crowds he'd ever seen, and it's funny as a teenager he lived in San Carlos, so
yes.
he used to work at that theater, and he would take room service food from the theater to the hotel where the performers were, and he actually served Michael Jackson one day.
Oh wow, wow.
And George Carlin.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm glad he remembers that show because it was.
Oh yeah, he definitely remembered it. It was, I guess, it was Bobcat and Bob Rubin and Warren Thomas.
Yeah, and that was a show we actually produced. You know, it wasn't like we were doing it for somebody else. Okay, and I enjoyed that show. I liked it a lot. You know. And there were a lot of comics that just showed up for it. Like you were there. Yeah. You were there. I have a picture of you there.
Yeah, it was 1985.
Yeah, I have a picture of you there. And what year?
85.
Oh, God.
Jesus.
How many years ago was that?
41 years ago.
41 years ago. You know, every now and then I feel like calling you up because I forget a certain date that I did something. And I have to put it. It's hard to put my life in order. You know, like what came first, this or that? And I often think about calling you because you would know.
Generally, I would, yes. Although as I get older, the mind's getting a little fuzzy. So.
Yeah. But you remember the date of that show?
It was
What year again? 1980.
85.
85. God damn it. Oh, boy. And I'm still alive? Wow. That's amazing, you know? I was just watching the deposition of Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, and she is so together. I mean, she is amazing. But he, and he's only a year older than her, shakes. You know,
he doesn't look well. Huh?
Well, he is well, but he shakes a lot, and she doesn't. She's got it all together. I mean, she should have been president. Really, she was good. So listen, are you planning to go out and maybe do a USO tour and go help the troops and? Do you realize that when we have a war now, there are no boots on the ground? In the old days, we'd go to war, you'd send in troops, and, so many would die and so on. Now, it's drones and airplanes and things like that, missiles. We don't fight a war anymore.
No, but it's too bad we still have to do these fucking wars.
Well, I think that anytime we decide whether we're going to go into a war or not, we should consider the fact that what happens most in wars, people die. And do you really want to see people die?
Yeah.
And my answer is, not really. I've never wanted that. And, I mean, it's terrible. It's just terrible. And it's terrible what it did to my stock today. We recorded this on Monday, folks, and today the stock went down so precipitously I lost $25,000. But that's $25,000 I didn't have a couple of weeks ago, so I'm happy,
It'll probably bounce back.
Oh, it'll bounce back and it'll go bad, and it won't start settling until we get a new president in office. that's reasonable. This
Well, the thing
president,
about Trump was he campaigned as being the no-war president. Now he's turned into W. Bush.
no, I mean he's the worst. He's had 2 wars so far. I mean that's why the what do you call it? Make America great again. The MAGA people are so mad at him is because that was one of the reasons they voted for him.
They were the no-war people. So.
Yeah, which is the only good thing I could say about them. But no, he said no wars. I'm not going to do any wars. I don't believe in wars. And he vilified presidents who would involve themselves in wars. And you go, really? Did you listen to yourself? Yeah. Anyway, it's funny. We're only doing one of these things today. Usually we do 2. And we're only doing one because Bubbles is getting a call from his hospital.
Yeah.
Is it anything serious?
It's just about I'm finally going to go through with one of my procedures, so they have to give me a pre-thing. I don't know what it's called.
What procedure is that?
The cataract.
Oh, the cataract. Oh, that's no big deal. You go in, they put drops in your eyes so it deadens your eye, and they go in there and they cut out your cornea and put in a new one, and you don't feel it. All you see is a certain amount of darkness out of that eye while they've removed the lens. And then they put in a fake lens, which is better than the real lens that God gave you. So you're going to enjoy it. You will see better, and you will say to me next time we talk or whenever when are you supposed to do this?
Towards the end of the month.
Yeah, whenever you do it. You're going to say to me, you're going to worry about it. I know that,
I know.
Hell, I did too, and I did because I didn't know what to expect. And once I knew what to expect, I went back and got the other eye done.
Really?
Yeah, it's that easy. The only thing is, the funny part is they put a cup over your eye. After they do it, they put this plastic cup over your eye. And it stays there. You sleep with it that night, and then you come back the next day, and they take the cup off, and that's it. They just want to make sure everything's okay. But all the cup is there is to protect the eye from being touched or injured while right after the operation. That's all, So outside of the fact that don't plan any comedy shows because you have to wear a cup over your eye. It's very simple. Where are you having it done? Kaiser?
Yeah. When did you have yours done?
I had mine done. God, I had a long time ago now. I think it was maybe 20 years ago.
Jesus.
Yeah. And they did one eye, and then they always, the way they talk about it is, well, we're doing the one eye, and we're not going to do the other eye till it gets ripe. That's the term they use.
Right.
Yeah, and then your eye, you'll find one day it's getting blurry, or what do you have, a little blurriness in the center of your eye?
I just noticed at night I don't see well, but out of the left eye. But
yeah, well, it's a easy procedure. It is one that has been done hundreds of thousands of times and without any problems. I had a doctor, my doctor, I went in for it, and there was this room, and there were like 20 people waiting in the room, and they're all sitting in these chairs, and then they come and they put the drops in your eyes to deaden your eyes, and then they take you into the next room, sit you down. The doctor goes in. It's about I'd say it was at most a 15-minute procedure. And this doctor, who pretty well pioneered the whole procedure, because in the old days it was a lot more rigorous than it is now. In the old days, you used to have to lie in bed with a block on your neck to hold you in place. Yeah, and he and a few other doctors created the procedure where they just do it, And it's a very easy procedure. And so to anybody who's listening who has to get cataract surgery, go get it,
So where'd you have yours done?
Where did I have mine done? I had a doctor, a particular doctor, and he had this place they did it at, which was like a rent-a-clinic or whatever. And he would, as I say, he did 20 in a day. That's how easy the procedure was and how good he was at it. And he told me that he said he did 14 up to my doing about 4,000 cataract operations. Mm-hmm. And he said he hadn't had one problem with any of them. So,
Wow, that's a good record.
I'm going to tell you something. I haven't even mentioned this on the air yet. But this is a great story. And maybe I've told it already earlier in the week, but this is a great story. I go to my urologist. I have a thing once a year because I had the prostate cancer. And he takes all the stuff. And by the way, folks, I got my 5-year, no perceptible PSA, which means it was good, okay? And that's 5 years now, so I'm over the hump, as it were. But I'm at the doctor's, and, I had this urinary tract infection that kept me from going to Europe earlier in the year, or last year, about October, I think. And he said he looked at the reports of my urine specimen and so on, and he said in his 40 years of being a urologist, he's never had one patient who had what I had that was causing the UTI. What do you think I had?
I had no idea.
Salmonella.
How do you get that?
I guess you get it from food. Most of the time, people get it from food. But, I got salmonella, for crying out loud. Why? But that's what it was. It was a UTI, but it was caused by the salmonella. That was why it was so weird in how it manifested itself. So,
how they treat that?
Yeah. So I'm and I remember because the state of New York called me and said, "Can we talk to you about your salmonella?" And I said, "Where's that?" He said, "Well, when you went to Quest, they did the urine thing, and they found salmonella." And we, as the state, always ask people where they ate and what they did so we can try and find out how they got the salmonella.
Right, yeah.
And I was on with them for about a half an hour. They asked me all kinds of questions. Where do you eat regularly? Where have you eaten in the last couple of weeks? Because it could have just gotten into one dish that I had in a restaurant.
All right.
And that's how I caught it. But I became a test subject, I guess, or whatever. So how'd you get it? Well, I don't know how I got it, Have you been with any people who've had salmonella? No, I haven't. Salmonella, I wouldn't even know it if I got it. I know it now. But he said it was the only case in his 40 years of doing urology that a UTI was caused by salmonella. So
that's weird, yeah.
Kiss my ass, I'm special. Okay.
But you didn't have any food poisoning that you noticed around that time?
No. Sometimes it manifests itself in things like, well, I don't want to get disgusting here, but diarrhea or whatever, and that's where they find it, But this happened to be my UTI, and I'm very proud that I'm the first person in his 40 years to ever get UTI from that. But anyway, so what's up for you in the coming week? Anything?
I'm doing the Throckmorton Theater, so that's always fun.
Yeah. So. You're always working, Bubs.
Not that much. This has been a busy month.
Do they pay for the Throckmorton?
They pay. They pay very well. Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Place, yeah.
I thought that was a lot of people went over there and just did it for free. you know.
No, but
The Throckmorton
place.
Theater is over in Mill Valley. Well, a lot of people don't even know that who are listening to me.
I wonder if you ever. It's gone through many permutations. Like it for a while, it was an actual movie theater. Maybe you went there as a kid. Who knows?
The Throckmorton. I went to the Sequoia Theater, which was a movie theater in Mill Valley. How do I?
Yeah, that's right down the street.
Yeah, so it's still there.
Yeah,
Okay, so I used to go to the Sequoia. You know,
it's a nice theater.
it's a very nice theater. It's an old theater. You know, it's got to be nice. That's how they made movie theaters in those days. You know, they were, let me just say quickly that the reason why they built churches to be so magnificent, you know, is so that when people came in who were poor people, they were built for poor people, would come in. It was the one place they could be and be in a palace, you know.
Yeah.
And the same thing was true with movie theaters, even the small ones like the Sequoia. They would make them very nice in the interior because they wanted people to feel, hey, you just came from your home, wherever it was, and now you're in our little palace. But anyway. Hey, listen, I'll talk to you, I guess, next week, or we'll play a rerun next week. And I'll see you the week after
Sounds
that.
good.
Thank you very much. Larry Bubbles Brown, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, in its 11th year, this is GabNet. Talk like you've never heard it before.
And Larry Bubbles Brown, my old friend and guy, I love him. He's just wonderful. He's a wonderful person. You know, I've gotten have I gotten touchy-feely as I've gotten older? I mean, I love Larry Bubbles Brown, and I love Laurie Thompson, and I love Chuck Farnham, and I love this, and I love that. Am I getting, I don't know, smarmy? I don't know. Hello, everybody. How are you? This is Friday night. By the way, there won't be a intersection tonight. Amy is still sick. She's taking the night off. But we're here, and we're ready to talk to you. If you want to call us at Zoom, simply go to gabnet.net. You go to the column 3. You go down to the Alex Bennett name down there, and you click on it, and then that'll attach you to our Zoom. And then if you look like you seem to be legitimate, I will let you in. In fact, if you hadn't had the ability to call before, give it a try, because tonight what I'll do is I'll just be very safe, okay? But I'd like to get new people calling, too, and make them feel like they should be able to call. But we got a lot of people ready, so we may as well bring them in at this point. And let me see here. Oh, there we go. There's Jeff. Hello, Jeff. There's Brian Neary. He's driving in the dark at night. Where are you, Brian?
Toll Plaza, going over Martinez Bridge, I think.
So you go
where the Chevron spurts out all the oil out the pollution.
Yeah. So are you going home?
No, Adrian and I are going to Sacramento for her All-Star tournament this weekend.
Oh, really? Oh, so you have a hotel up there and everything?
Yeah, so exciting for her.
Okay. Adrian, hello.
Hi.
Okay, so there she is. Okay. Making if you make those faces, sometimes if you make a face like that, you could stay that way for the rest of your life. You could freeze doing that. Look at that. That's a great face. Can I do that?
Okay, bye-bye. Okay.
What is this?
Well, listen, I prefer her to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, put your headphones back on.
And he gave me the finger. What kind of example is that to a daughter?
She didn't see it until you said something.
Anyway, hello, Kevin. How you doing, Kevin?
Okay, how are you, Alex?
Okay, and there's Josh Wheeler and Mark Thorner. God, it's not like Mark's a regular now all the time. I love it. I just love it. Tommy Yamaguchi, good to see you tonight. And Alan, good to see you this evening. God, we got a lot of people calling tonight. Well, that's nice. And feel glad that you did it tonight because you can't call Amy. So, what the hell? Is she still sick or something? She has something. She didn't let me know till the last moment, but that's okay. We all get ill, I found here's the interesting thing. I don't know if I've mentioned this on the Ramble, and I've just mentioned it with Bubs. I went to my doctor to get my urology, my yearly urology workup, And by the way, it came out fine. 5 years, cancer-free, all right? No sign of it coming back. And, but anyway, he said to me, did everything he had to do. The finger went into place where the sun don't shine, and stuff like that. And he informed me again that my prostate is flat as a pancake. And then he also did the urine test. I've always had in my urine. Is this the kind of thing we want to talk about tonight? I guess we can talk about it. I have had for years. Every time I've gone to a urologist, I've had blood in my urine. And so they then give me a cystoscopy or something else to check to make sure there isn't blood in the bladder and whatever. And this guy goes, you got blood in your urine, but then I put it under a microscope, the urine under a microscope, and there's no blood there. So apparently the dipstick, that little dipstick, somehow there's something in my urine the dipsticks just don't like, But he said, no, you're fine. So I got a clean bill of health. And then he says to me, that UTI you had, the urinary tract infection, you remember the one that prevented me from going to Europe? Not that I didn't want to go to Europe. Marjorie didn't want to go, so she used it as an excuse so we could get out of it. Anyway, he says that UTI is the first time in his entire career he has seen this was caused by salmonella. I had salmonella. And I don't know what the hell salmonella is.
Bacteria.
I know it's a bacteria. I looked it up, And I had it. That's what it was, and that's why it was so hard to get rid of it. But apparently, after taking the third round of antibiotics, went away. So the first time in his entire career he has seen that. Don't you think I'm special?
Yep.
Have you heard about this? Have you heard about this at all, Mark?
No.
No. See?
I'm like, yeah, I was listening to and it was like, wow, that's a new one on me,
Well, you see, I thought, I found out that I had salmonella, all right? Because I went to Quest, to go get my urine test for him. And they found the salmonella in the urine. So when they find salmonella, they have to report it to the state of New York.
Right.
Yep.
So I get a call from the state.
Else, right?
What?
And what you ate and everything else.
They called me up and they gave me this. Would you mind spending some time with us because you had salmonella? I said, what? So I thought maybe I was just wrong. Okay. But anyway, so they asked me all these questions. Where did you eat? Where did you buy any food in a certain place and everything? And I gave them all the information I had. And then I didn't think about it anymore until he told me it's the first time in his entire life he's seen somebody get a urinary tract infection from salmonella.
It happens.
What were you going to say, Tom?
Yeah. Basically, whenever there's like an outbreak of that salmonella, they'll trace it back to a single source. Like a few years ago, we had a whole bunch of lettuce that made people sick because it was grown. I guess it was contaminated with sometimes dirty water, when there's feces and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's what's really surprising me is it's not connected with any outbreak that sickened anybody else. So that's probably why the state is very puzzled by it's just you and they can't find anybody else that like ate at the same restaurant or had
Well,
the
but
same.
you know, they asked me where I ate, and I couldn't
Exactly.
remember. I had to name restaurants I normally went to. You know.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yes,
Canned
Alan.
food too. A lot of
So
canned
your
food.
your kidneys filter out most of these things, and once in a while something slips through. I've had bacterial prostatitis on and off throughout my life, and I've seen just about every bacteria you can have. Salmonella is kind of rare, and it's usually not from the food you eat. That comes out the other end. If it's gonna make you sick, but
It can affect the kidneys, and so probably it was
I was
going
just
through the kidneys. Yeah.
I was just gonna say the kidneys filter out most of this stuff, and they're good at that. Unless you have kidney disease, then they're not. And so,
Well, I have a slight kidney problem, but not bad.
okay,
So I don't know. I mean, you know, for some reason I got it, and then that's what
you could
caused it.
you could have touched a public restroom or a handrail or something where somebody
They
had.
seem to indicate that it's basically from food you ate.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You know.
Okay.
I got salmonella years ago from some French cheese that Katie put in her backpack, and it was like hot in there for days, and I ate it unpasteurized.
But I don't know.
was so sick.
My question is salmonella something that is created like that, or is it something that's already in the cheese and you just didn't know it? You know.
It could have been either, huh?
It's
Well,
already
I
there, and
don't-
then it increases.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, it could be.
The amount increases, and then the load of it that you get is too much for your body to fight off.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well-
Yeah, I always hear from lettuce down in Kevin's old neck of the woods. You always hear it in Salinas and all that stuff, all the lettuce.
Yeah. Well, what
Like
happened?
Tom says.
Yeah. What happened
Yeah,
with me
well,
is I
it's-
took the antibiotic, and it stopped it for about 2 weeks, and then it came back. So
Yep,
then I
that's
took
what
the
it does.
antibiotic again, and then at the end of that, it came back about 2 days later. So then I took the antibiotic again, and finally that made it go away. And I think it was because I had that third bunch that it just maybe just was enough to kill it. But man, I was. Wait,
They changed the
wait a minute. Let me look at Charlene. Oh, there she goes.
There's
Okay.
When I had
All right.
salmonella, I was sick for several years.
Really?
I had stomach problems over and over again after that for
Really?
5-6 years. Oh, it was awful.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
I got over the salmonella after a number of months, and then my stomach was so sensitive to everything.
You
And
know,
that
Ray,
just-
I just got done sending you some cheese. You know,
You know something?
It's
that-
serious salmonella.
it is serious.
Yeah, but
It
it's
can kill
interesting.
you.
It's interesting the way it manifests itself. I won't discuss what the urine looked like, okay? But they got a nice chunk of it, and that's what they came back with, that I had salmonella. And I didn't think anything of it. I just passed it off. And then he said, first time I've ever seen it, you know? So
Yeah.
I went,
Well,
okay, I'm special.
Yeah, I've had, what happens is most urinary tract infections are caused by E. coli, and probably 90% of them. And there's a lot of antibiotics out there that used to work well, like Cipro, like doxycycline, stuff like that, that don't work so well.
I think
So
they found the major cause of salmonella is Christinome.
probably.
So,
What were you doing with her in bed?
I don't know.
Why was she touching down there?
Yeah, you know.
Just looking at her gives it to you.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yes, exactly. Well, no more.
Timothy Corey Lewandowski.
Yeah, no more Christy Nome movies, I guess, huh?
Yeah, bummer.
Man, she was spending a fortune on those things, and they were well produced. I mean, they were just slick as hell.
And she's cute.
But
Yeah,
they
but
they
that
say
company just opened.
And I'm sorry, I don't believe that Trump claims that he didn't know about it. Bullshit.
turn up your
probably
microphone a
approved
little
it.
bit. Turn up your microphone a little
He
bit.
probably approved it.
Yep.
And he just bailed out of it.
I
Used
think
it
the
for nothing.
reason he got rid of her, they say, is because of those movies, of those commercials.
Alex
And wait a
Horner.
minute, let me finish. Let me finish what I'm saying. and they feel that he was jealous of her because
Probably.
they didn't contain Trump. You know, she mentions Trump in them, but it didn't contain Trump. They spent $22 million, I think it was.
200 million.
Huh? 200 million. Oh, excuse
he was
me.
supposedly approved for 200 million.
They were approved for 200 million.
That's
Anyway,
what she
they
said that she was approved for 200 million, and he said, "No, I never approved that."
well, no. The
course
thing
he
is,
did.
he didn't. I think, but I think he was jealous that he wasn't getting that kind of publicity for that kind of money.
Well, you know, as much as he spent on Stormy Daniels, he might have been able to have her for that.
Yeah. What were you going to say, Charlene?
Oh, is the little girl still here?
Oh, wait a minute.
Well,
Oh, she.
it's
I hope
okay.
she is.
All right. Now, is it
She has her,
porn?
she has her head,
Wait, what did you say,
she has her
Brian? Hold.
headphones on.
What did you say?
P-O-R-N?
Hold on a
She
second,
spells.
Charlene. Wait a minute. Hold on, Brian. What were you saying?
I said she has her headphones on.
No, I don't.
Oh,
I know she was there. Well, I'm not going to say it.
you know, not only is she attractive, I'm talking about his daughter, and not only is she adorable.
And smart.
Close your ears, Adrian. I don't want you to hear any of this. You're going to
She
get
had
an
her
ego.
headphones on a second ago, and she took them off.
Yeah,
She
well,
knows she
anyway,
was talking.
but she's funny too. And that's the other part of it. So, you know, just
Looks on
wait
everything.
at the door with a baseball bat. Just take my my advice. Anyway, Charlene, back to you.
Well, how could I say? Was it spicy stuff? You know, spicy movies or something, or something different? Because I don't know what was. You know,
No,
what
these
they
were
doing with the
commercials. These
movies.
were commercials that she
Oh,
did, but they
okay.
were
Sorry.
I have to admit,
My mind was in the
they
gutter.
were
I'm
very
sorry.
slick. I mean, in one, she's on a horse riding, somewhere. On another one, she's down in the prison down in El Salvador or wherever, and she's walking through the prison saying, "You could wind up here if you don't do whatever." And
Oh,
they
okay.
were
Scaring people.
But I mean, they
Immigration-
paid to,
immigration videos.
huh?
Immigration
Immigration.
videos.
They were immigration. What did you say again? What?
Yeah, immigration videos.
She was the
Immigration
ice
videos.
princess, right?
Yeah, but also they were very well done. You know, I mean, I know how things are done like this. I looked at them and I went, this is really good, but I mean, it's not, I don't like what it represents, but they're good. But I didn't know she spent $220 million on them.
We did.
We did,
government
you and me. We're now in the movie business. Do you know for $220 million how big a movie you can make?
I don't know. Let's try it.
And didn't they say that that company was just opened like 8 days before the invoice went through or something?
Yeah, yeah.
I was just watching one of them right now. It should not have cost that much.
Well,
Really?
yeah, they had to take people. They had to take the whole crew and send them down to South America. Whatever. And they spent. They say it was. She said it was $220 million. And then she got that airplane.
Yeah.
The one which she and Lewandowski had this bedroom that looked like it was.
That's her boyfriend, like you.
Yeah, that was their humping pad.
Well,
They didn't
we
have her
see
blanket.
those videos.
Huh? Yeah, we want.
When do we see those videos?
Yeah, let's see those videos. I mean, it just. But what kind of mentality says I should spend this kind of money on the government's dime to do
Even
this
Trump said he
kind?
didn't spend that
administration.
much on his campaign, but that's because. he
What
got
about all the
free
golf?
press?
Yeah, yeah.
People in the Trump campaign they don't care. Donald says, "Go ahead and do it. Spend the money.
Yeah.
Go bomb Pakistan."
So now they've replaced her with this moron Wayne. What's his
Two
name?
names. He's got two
Magic
names.
What's
Magic
his,
Wayne
Mike or
something.
something like that.
Billy Bob.
no, it's Mark Wayne. Is it Mark Wayne?
Yeah,
Mark Wayne
Mark
Mullen.
Wayne Bobbitt.
That's it. Mark Wayne.
And this guy is a total moron. He's the guy that remember the guy that held up the signs at the State of the Union, and
Cue card guy.
they had to throw him
Yeah.
out. The black guy.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, he's the first guy that went to him and started trying to pull the sign away from him, and he's the guy in a hearing that told the person in the hearing, "Come on, let's go outside and have a fight. I want to beat you up." And
Yeah,
and then
like
this is the guy that when they're interviewing him about the Mideast, he's confusing Iraq with Iran. And this guy is the guy they're going to make the head of Homeland Security.
Oh, of course, he's perfect.
Good. That's
Hey, Alex, maybe he's dyslexic like Gavin Newsom.
What?
Maybe he's dyslexic like Gavin Newsom.
Well, this I was going to say I had a joke the other day to Marjorie where I said we were watching an interview with Newsom, and he said he was dyslexic as a child and still is dyslexic. He can't read a teleprompter, which means he'll actually give a speech. But anyway, he said he's dyslexic, and I said, I mean, that's a problem because if he were to start a war in that part of the world, he'd bomb Iraq.
yeah.
No difference to him, right? They're all the
Anybody
same.
here dyslexic? Anybody? I am.
My
wow.
brothers have dyslexia.
You're what?
I don't know. I might have a little bit of a learning disability.
Well, I never have been tested, but I get, for instance, if you give me 6 letters and numbers, okay, and then you want me to repeat them back to you, I can't get them right. So whenever they have this thing where you got to get these 6 letters or numbers and put them in order to get onto a site, I have a hard time remembering the whole.
I must be dyslexic because that happens to me.
Yeah, no, I have a minor form of dyslexia, but I still have dyslexia.
Well, you remember Nelson Rockefeller was dyslexic.
Was he really?
Nelson,
Okay.
yes, he came out. He was dyslexic. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the only place where it can be a real problem for somebody like a Gavin Newsom is giving a speech and having to read a teleprompter. But he's good at giving a speech on his own, so he doesn't have to worry about it. Doesn't matter,
Yeah.
But still, I'm sure there are a lot of people throughout the last 100 years, famous people who were dyslexic, but we just didn't know because we didn't have the test for it and we didn't know what the symptom was. They used to think kids were just dumb, and slow, yeah.
No, they called them retarded.
Yeah,
No, you can't do
retarded.
that.
But or as they say in Boston, retarded. Retarded. What are you, retarded?
What are you, retarded? They still say that.
Yeah. My friend,
What are you,
my old producer from Sirius XM used to love it when I did that. What are you, retarded? Yeah. But anyway.
That would be a good thing because Newsom won't have 2-hour long speeches.
No. And I saw Newsom the other day on Jimmy Kimmel. He's funny.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I will always vote for somebody with a sense of humor. I'm a sucker for that. Because if they've got a sense of humor, there's a certain intelligence that goes with having a sense of humor.
Yeah.
So I have a friend of mine that went to University of Chicago, wrote a book with kids that are smarter than most kids. When they go to first or second or third grade or fifth grade or whatever, and they're sitting there and they know as much as the teacher. The teacher, they're bored to death. He wrote a book and he said that these kids, if you can tell them an adult joke and they laugh and they understand it, they have a high degree of what do you call it? IQ.
The high IQ.
Yeah. And that book was published and a lot of famous people said this is right. So, that the people that are younger, that are really smart, probably like Ray's daughter, if you told her a joke, an adult joke, and she understood it, really understood it, she's probably, in the top 5% of the country of people that are, have high IQ.
Well, I was always a sucker for a woman who was funny. I mean,
that's only when you got in bed, Alex.
No, I don't tell Marjorie this, but I find she's funny. She can be funny, I used to go with a woman, Kathleen, and boy, she was just a hoot,
Schmoody.
Schmoody was crazy, it's really funny. But basically, I thought they had a sense of humor if they laughed at everything I said. So
It's a guarantee.
What?
Must have been
I
Republican.
said it's a guarantee for you.
It's a guarantee
If you
for
like
me.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeff's here.
Well, I think a sense of humor is a test of intelligence.
That's what he wrote.
In fact, I tell puns. I do puns a lot. I've always been a punster. And people who do puns are very intelligent, they say. It's a sign of intelligence. Because it takes a kind of oblique kind of looking at a joke, and whatever.
It's called the highest form of humor. Is a pun.
Yeah.
The pun? Yeah.
Yeah, use a pun, go to prison.
Yeah. No, but it is one of the highest forms of comedy because it's very difficult to do a good pun.
The French love puns. All of their comedy is
yes,
puns.
they do. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I love puns. I've been known for them. My best pun I think I ever pulled, we were at a zoo in Texas, believe it or not. And I can't remember where it was. And there was a seal there in the zoo. And I said, do you know this is a seal that was donated to this zoo by this guy from Peru named Val. And that's a seal of a Peru Val.
And really, it was Jack Bishop.
I think that's the best pun I ever came up with.
That's cute, though.
So you're 80. So you're 86 years old, and those are the things you remember.
Those are the things I remember. Yes. Well, when you think of a really good pun, then that's about as good as it gets.
That was pretty good.
No, it's pretty good. It's great.
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. Not pretty good.
What makes you laugh, Josh? You seem like a very serious guy most of the time. What makes you laugh?
Nothing in particular that I know of.
I guess you made your point there.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
I think that's a sign of intelligence too. Somebody that doesn't see the funnier side of life. Somebody that is like Josh, who's very intelligent, and hearing his. I'm going to make an assumption.
I will say this about Josh. I wouldn't call it intelligence. I'm not putting you down, Josh. Let me finish this. He's very scholarly.
Oh, he's going to university.
Well, no, but he's very scholarly. I mean, he looks at things and looks at the world in a very scholarly fashion.
Okay.
Which is, you have to be intelligent to look at something scholarly.
I think so. Absolutely.
Yeah. What makes you laugh, Charlene?
Oh boy. It'd have to be something that really is funny. Like, somebody trying to be funny and it's not funny. That doesn't make me laugh. And I like puns and stuff. I was thinking Dick Cavett. He was like a punny guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he would come up with like some crazy
satire.
things like that.
Yeah.
And he could read backwards or something, couldn't he? Dick Cavett, like.
I can read backward. I can read upside down.
Mm-hmm.
I've been very good at reading notes when I wasn't supposed to be reading notes, when I was sitting somewhere and somebody was saying, well, let's look at this for a second. Here are some of the problems. And I'm looking at it and I'm reading it upside down. So, anybody here read upside down? No. That's how I found out I had a boy when my girlfriend got pregnant years ago. Close your ears.
She's going to learn that when guys and girls get together, they have boys and girls.
Yes. Well, anyway, I didn't know that I had a boy until the doctor left the room for a minute, and I just read the notes upside down.
Oh.
And that's how I found out.
I thought the kid had a microphone in his hand.
No, well, he is Howard Stern, but no,
Right. Your illegitimate son.
Huh? My
Your
illegitimate son,
illegitimate
Howard
son.
Stern. Yeah.
I don't see how the
But
two of
anyway,
you
what
ever
else
got
been
along.
happening in the news? Well, we got this little war going on.
Oh,
That
jeez.
it's funny. This president and this administration is not telling us what the game plan is for this war.
World War
Alex?
III?
Oh, what?
Oh, Alan said World War III. No, I heard him say today, the war is not over until I say it's going to be over.
Did he say that?
Jesus.
Yes.
Well, he
What
also
an
said
ass.
something else. He said, yes, gas prices are going to go up. So gas prices go up.
So what? Yeah. That's
So
going to
what?
happen.
So what? And
He also said,
I'm thinking, have you ever had to stick a nozzle in a car and watch those numbers roll around?
You know, I love the
Well, the
people
problem
that
with
say,
that is that he
I
doesn't
What?
haven't
think
done
about
that
the
since
Wait a minute, Brian.
today.
Let Kevin talk. Kevin?
the whole supply chain goes up because a truck brings it. You fill it with fuel.
Yep.
That goes up.
Yep.
Everything
So-
goes up if fuel goes up.
so they're not allowing these oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz.
Strait of Hormuz, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, so there's a backup there, and if Trump can sit,
Yeah, but that's not a problem for the United States because all that oil usually goes to China.
right. But the trouble is that a lot of
No.
people say, so if gas prices go up, I don't care. I don't drive a car. I have an electric car. It doesn't matter. Do you heat your house? Yeah. What do you heat it with? Natural gas. Well, guess where most of the natural
Yeah,
gas.
but what I'm saying here is that a lot of these people are raising their gas prices right now when they still have a supply coming in. Why are they
absolutely.
raising the prices? Because
They're
it's a good
gouging?
excuse to raise the prices.
they're gouging.
Greed.
I'm saying,
Greed.
I often used to say that they were the business people are like drug dealers. Hear me out on this one. What happened was that when years ago when I was buying pot, I would go to a drug dealer and he'd say, well, there's a dry spell, there's a dry thing going on, and we don't have any, but we'll probably have some in a couple of weeks. But if you want some, we have to sell you what we have at this price. Okay? So I go, okay, give me a little bit of it, whatever. Now I go back a couple of weeks later, the drought's over with. The prices didn't go down.
No.
And I often said that business people got their business ideas from drug dealers because that's what happens all the time. Do you think the price of meat at the grocery store is going to go down substantially?
No.
In fact, I went to get the ribs I usually buy because I buy ribs and make ribs here at home, and I bought them today. But they were $10 more than they were 2 weeks ago.
They
Yeah.
say it's
Everybody
going to
gets
get
it.
worse.
Yeah.
Everybody gets used to the prices, and then
That's
they gouge
right.
again,
And that
gouge
price will
again.
never go down, but yet there isn't a drought anymore. Okay? I mean, nobody's ever told me what is.
But-
What? What were you going to say, Brian?
No,
Right.
I'm just complaining. No, and that like you say about the gas.
Yeah.
The gas changes every day, but the truck comes every 3 or 4 days.
Depends
Yeah.
on
The
how
big
busy
tanker.
it
So
is.
if something's more expensive the next day, why? This is the same gas that's been in there all week.
Jeff
Well,
Rose
the
is.
gas changes because of the
oh.
distribution point they get it from. That's where the gas changes.
Yeah.
Truck goes in one day and pays 25 cents a gallon. He goes in the next day, he pays 50 cents a gallon. That's what gets passed on to the gas stations.
Yeah.
Gas stations take that up.
Jeff just had his hand up here.
Yeah, we have a bunch of friends over here, and so we bought steak. And we were looking a couple of days ago,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went today to actually buy it.
Mm-hmm.
The prices of the steak went down. Could you believe it?
Price of the steak went down. Well, I'll tell you something that went down too. My stocks. Have you
Yeah.
looked at them the last couple of days? I have lost in the last 2 weeks, I'd say, I've lost about $50,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I know it'll go back up again. That's what happens. But I mean, come on, President Trump. I mean, if you're a conservative, you're right wing as hell. You're a MAGA person, and you go to the grocery store and you want to buy a piece of meat. Aren't you a little pissed at Donald Trump?
Mm-hmm.
A little.
I think Jeff, you know, I think you ought to not go to 7-Eleven for your steaks.
I went to Costco.
Yeah, he went to Costco.
Costco's a good
meat
price.
has gone down.
Costco, yeah, may have gone down, but it's still compared to what it was about a year ago.
Oh, it's
Forget it.
astronomical.
You know, I remember when I go there and I get like 4 little steaks, a good kind, not the prime, but you know, good kind.
Choice.
And it would come to like $35. Now it's like 75.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm sorry. That's not good, especially when the people who try to give you the best prices on things can't give them to you at that price. You know? So, you know, but then I'm asking all those people out there who voted for Trump, who think Trump was wonderful. Do you really think he's wonderful now? I mean, he's caused a war, something he would never do. The prices on groceries are up. He said the stock market was the highest it's been. It went over 50. Well, I'm sorry, it's now down around 47, you idiot. Okay?
Yeah.
All because of Donald Trump and what he's done with his, you know, with the economy. So, you know, how anybody who is a Trump supporter can still be supporting him, I have no idea. You can go support any right-wing person you want to. But Trump is not the guy to support because he's not doing the job he said he would do for you.
So the Dow hit 50 for one day. You're right. It's at 47,500
Yeah.
right now. My stocks have dropped too, and I haven't lost as much as you. And they'll go back up.
They'll go back up. You know,
the trouble is, Alex, is you and I aren't getting any younger. Will it go back up in our life?
I don't care because in my lifetime, I'm never going to spend all my money. Okay?
I have that same
but if I were
problem.
50 years old, that may not be the case. Okay?
true.
And I would want those stocks to do well and for me to keep my money and keep making money on my money. But he goes and he does a war and he doesn't think about what the consequences are to anybody, us or some of the people in that region. I mean, look at the people who are getting bombed right now that never got bombed before.
That's right.
You know?
Look at all the money being spent, and they're nickel and diming everybody for insurance, for food prices, for everything.
Oh, medical insurance has gone berserk. Okay, it's not right. No, and where's the government saying, "Hey, let's investigate the hospital system and the medical insurance system, and see what they're doing, how they're ripping people off like crazy." You know, I'm paying a good $150 more this year than I did 3 years ago for medical insurance. Yes, Charlene.
He's refusing to pay that money back to the taxpayers for the tariffs, and then he raised it to 15%, and he found some other archaic law that he's trying again after they told
But
him.
he can only do that for
couldn't do
like, I think, 90 days or something like that.
Really? Well, I hope something happens because that's horrible what he's doing.
Maybe he'll leave with the tariffs.
Yeah, wait a minute. Let me ask Josh. Josh, do you know anything about this new thing he's invoked that he's now charging a 15% tariff on people, and it's only good for a short period of time, right?
150 days.
Is it what? How much?
I think it's 150 days.
150 days, and
Yeah.
5 months or whatever.
Yeah. And then he can't do it anymore.
he has to get congressional approval.
Yeah.
Let's see if he gets it.
I got a message.
The Republicans are really upset with him because now they're forced to vote on him.
Okay. Yeah. Ray is now on an airplane.
No, that's Christy Noem's love pad.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
good, good.
And
Yeah, they
that's,
showed her the picture and she didn't recognize what it was. Like during the headlights.
She's in the background in the
But she's
picture.
been denying that affair with that guy, you know.
Yeah.
They always do.
Well,
But
he's
now they
married.
say
He's
it's going to
married.
come
She's
out.
not married, but he is.
Yeah, it's going to come out now, they say. and all
maybe they
this.
have an open
But
relationship.
But at the hearing, they put the picture up there,
Mm-hmm.
and they said, "Do you know what this is?" And she said, "Well, it looks like a picture of a living room." Yeah, she's like,
And they made mincemeat. They made
Yeah.
mincemeat out of her. Not out of Pam Bondi yet, though, but they did.
Oh, she'll get hers.
Pam Bondi's the next one, and
Good.
by the way, they did release. It's interesting. They did release finally the deposition or the notes that the FBI took about
some of
that
it, yeah.
14-year-old girl who said that Donald Trump raped her,
Yep.
Yeah.
and with Jeffrey Epstein in that
They,
situation.
they released it to the public today.
Yeah, they did.
So now it's
I saw that.
public record, and of course, the White House says it's a lie.
It's AI, is what Trump said.
It's AI?
God.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Anyway, but nobody's covering it that much. And that's really a bad deal, they went back and re-interviewed her later on, but she didn't want to say anything at that point. She said, that's old stuff. I don't want to bring it up again. It brings up bad memories. You've got what I gave you, and you can use that for whatever you need to use it for. But it finally came out today. I mean, is it time to maybe bring him before a group of people hearing this testimony? After all, he's mentioned more than anybody else in the Epstein papers.
Of course it is.
They said more than Jesus in the Bible.
Really?
Yeah, they made that joke. They said he's mentioned more times in the Epstein files than Jesus is in the Bible.
Yeah, so shouldn't you call him in to testify?
They
Just
called Bill Clinton. They should call Donald Trump.
And Clinton went in without fighting. I mean, he did in the beginning. He said he wasn't going to and she explained it, because they felt that the atmosphere wasn't right where they would get a good hearing, but they finally decided to. And they, I didn't see anything in his testimony that was made him look guilty of anything, And she was reading him the riot act. I mean, she was going like, what are you asking me these questions for? I told you already. I never met the guy. I never was at his a place in New York. I never went out to the island. I never was on the plane. And the only thing that I ever had to do with him is I had a wedding for Chelsea, and we had people who were friends of the family come to the wedding, and one of them brought what's her name, Ghislaine Maxwell. So that's the only time I ever had any kind of even peripheral getting together with him. And she said, so why am I answering all these questions? Went on for 6 hours. They were asking her about aliens.
Pizzagate.
Pizzagate and Pizzagate.
The whole thing, the Pizzagate, which was ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, when you see something like this, Mark, as I drag you into the discussion, it's got to drive you crazy watching it.
It's a waste of money. It's a waste of money, time, and resources. And yeah. Jeez.
Yeah, it's a waste of time and money. Yeah.
Did you see the dress? The painting of Clinton in the Monica dress?
No.
Yeah,
during the hearings,
in the
they had
navy blue
this
gap dress.
painting that I guess Epstein had this painting of Clinton on this chair, and he was dressed up in the Monica dress.
What?
Who was Epstein?
In the Monica dress?
Oh, no,
I didn't see
Clinton
that.
was. Bill.
Clinton
Bill
was
Clinton.
in the Monica dress?
And
I've
no.
seen
Famous
that.
gap
I've
dress,
seen
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
I saw that a long time ago.
Where did they get the Monica dress from?
She
I just don't know,
saved it,
some
they used to
painting,
say.
I think that Epstein had it because they were questioning him about that.
It's a blue dress.
A blue
blue
Gap
dress.
dress. From the
Okay,
Gap.
but was it really the dress, or was it just a
It's
dress?
just some painting. I
It's
don't
a
know.
painting of a blue dress.
Oh,
The
I see. It's a
rendition of the
painting of
dress.
him in the blue dress. Okay, all right.
Yeah, of Clinton in the blue dress.
This is getting crazy, isn't it? Just nuts.
It's
about
It's
insane.
crazy.
And then on top of that, we got this war. This horrible,
Oh,
horrible
my
war.
God.
And he goes, "We lost 6 people." Yeah. Do you
Oh,
know
and
how many
people
the
are gonna get
Iranians have
killed.
lost so far? Try
People will get
1,000. Try
People-
1,000.
It's hard to hear the
It's
two
like
of you.
it's Alex. It's like COVID. We're 6 people, but it's going down.
Yeah. But did you hear the latest news? Russia, now they're saying the time was leaking out
Information to the
information
Iranians.
about where the troops were, our things.
Well, they have satellites.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
Pretty
satellites.
much they're giving up where our positions are. And then they asked Trump this, and he goes, that's not what we're talking about. So he doesn't even deem like it's important. One of the reporters asked him that. It's like he doesn't.
Oh, that's not a problem.
I mean, wouldn't you think that's a problem that his pal Putin on the peace board?
I think that would make he isn't on the peace board.
Yeah, Putin was on that board.
Putin is not on the peace board. No.
He won't join
No,
again.
but all the countries that are currently being bombed right now are on the peace board.
Some peace, yeah.
Well, the
Did
reason
the U.S. donate like $10 billion for that too?
yeah, right. So,
And Trump's in charge of that money.
but
I don't understand where all
what's
this money's
interesting? What's interesting is we are in a war. Forget about it. Whatever anybody wants to call it, we're in a war.
Yeah,
Trump
it's a
calls
war.
it a war. Our Department of War calls it a war. So we're in a war, and yet when I turn on the TV, I say, "Where's the war news?" When we had Vietnam going on, man, it dominated everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
But this isn't dominating everything.
Well, let's see if they send guys in on the ground. Let's see if
Yeah.
because
Vietnam, they showed everything on TV. It
we're not sending
damaged
troops.
me as a child.
Well, Bree, where are you?
He's eating lunch.
I'm in Malaysia.
You're in
I have
Malaysia.
not eaten lunch yet.
Yeah.
I eventually will. I believe they will change the name Iran to Kurdistan, and it will always be Kurdistan.
Kurdistan?
That's the goal. Yeah, that's the goal.
Isn't there already a Kurdistan?
Well, it's part of
No,
Iran,
there's a
Iraq.
Kyrgyzstan.
I talked
There's
to.
a Kyrgyzstan.
I had a car driver yesterday, and he was from Uzbekistan. One of the stands.
Yeah.
Uzbekistan
They got some great
stand.
food.
And I said to him,
When I lived in Dubai,
"Yeah." I asked him about Uzbekistan, and I said, "Have you been involved in any wars in Uzbekistan?" And he said, "We don't get into wars." He said, and I said, how's the economy there? He says, "Well, I come here 7 months out of the year to work and to drive a car and to do a few other things. And I make my money, and then I go back home and I rest in Uzbekistan but to make money in Uzbekistan is not that good." So but he was saying Uzbekistan has virtually no crime. He says it's a wonderful place to live for people, And so he takes his kids 7 months out of the year out of school here and puts them in school in Uzbekistan. Yes.
Uzbekistan.
Changing the subject
I lived
to
in
something-
Dubai.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Let me hear from a moment from Bree, because you were in Dubai.
Yeah, I lived there. So when I see the attacks, I know exactly where they are. And I have friends there. I still have a lot of friends. And, everybody's a little worried. But the thing you have to understand is there are more Iranians in Dubai than there are Emiratis. That is a fact. And there are more Indians, Bangladeshi. There are more foreigners in Dubai. It's an international city. So when Iran attacks Dubai, it's counterintuitive. It doesn't make sense because they're more likely to hit their own people than they are to hit an Emirati. So it's political pressure. They just want to show that, hey, we'll make everything here you thought you were safe, and now it's not.
Well,
gonna be.
supposedly they were attacking
But,
anywhere. They said they were attacking anywhere that worked with the Americans towards anything. And because
Right.
why
And they're saying to those
why
to the Gulf
attack the
states, they're saying you can't have your cake and eat it too.
why attack the United Arab Emirates? Not that I mind, but why? Why go after these countries who are kind of the part of the family of the area? But they did.
That's
and
right.
so there's got to be a reasoning behind it. It wasn't just that they wanted to go crazy and strike out at everybody. I think they had their reasons, and they felt they were going after Americans when they did that.
Yeah, but I think I understand the reasoning and the rationale, and I understand they're saying we're only targeting U.S., but that's not true. They've ended up hitting many others. So that's to me that's a mistake they made.
Alan, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I just wanted to inject something positive here. From your show, several people took photographs that you can see on Facebook, and Phil Meyer took some great photographs during and I haven't heard you even mention it on the show, but I just thought it would be.
What does that have to do with the war?
Plug for Phil.
It
Plug for Phil.
wound up on my Facebook page to begin with. And secondly, we're talking about something else completely.
Yeah, why keep trying to, but never mind.
Well, no, Phil took some very nice pictures, and I appreciate it, and he did a really nice
They were
job
nice.
of covering
I
the
saw
show. And
Hey, why don't we
if
talk
people
about
go on to my
Alex?
Facebook page, you can see him there.
Right, yep.
Alex mentioned that there's nice pictures of him and I. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a very nice picture of Brian and I.
Yeah. Nice portrait.
Yeah. And I'm sorry. Yes, Tony.
I hear Meatloaf's making a comeback. But then,
What? Well, I like.
As long as you're not cooking it, we're okay. No salmonella.
Are you doing meatloaf?
no, I'm just joking. I'm just trying to be.
Oh, okay. Because I got
Meatloaf
salmonella.
is
I'd have your meatloaf, but I had salmonella once, and I don't want to get it again. So,
I did the wrong lengths.
what did you say? And Adrian, was that you?
No, nothing. She's pushing wrong buttons on my car. She's gonna make all the lights go out.
Okay.
Exit.
Anyway,
Pretty soon she'll be driving the
any
car.
comment, Josh, about any of this? Because, it's all in the bailiwick of talking about Trump and about what's going on.
Well, it's been a rough week for them, I think. They haven't probably made the best decisions, I'm not sure that I understand his supporters and some of the things they're willing to swallow, and
Well, they're willing to seem
But,
to be.
you know.
They seem to be willing to swallow less lately. A lot of Republicans are turning against him.
I haven't really seen a lot of pushback from much. So,
Well, the
I mean,
toughest guy at the Nome hearings was a Republican. I'm trying to remember his name, Tillis or
Tom Tillis.
Tom Tillis.
Yeah, well, I
He
mean,
was
retiring,
just
right?
just
He's
because
retiring, isn't he?
He's retiring.
leaving.
Yes. It
Yeah.
seems if you're retiring, you get brave. Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, she's going off on him, boy.
She goes off after Trump like crazy now,
love
but
it.
she doesn't care. She's not running for anything right now. So they get brave when they aren't running again. But I mean, one day they're going to have to tell their kids why they acted this way, why they didn't do something. And if they don't do something quick, I mean, this guy is going to. I never thought that anybody as president could do enough things terrible and dangerous
Right.
that it endangered the country. But I was wrong.
Now you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I told
She's
Marjorie
working on it.
when he was elected the first time, she went, "Oh my God, what are we going to do?" And I said, "Nothing. One person cannot ruin this democracy." And I was right that time, but I'm wrong this time. I mean, in
Well,
a
I think
year,
that-
look at the damage he has created.
Yes, it's irreparable stuff. It's horrible.
Well, it's not irreparable, but it's going to take twice as long or 3 times as long to correct it than it took to destroy it. What he destroys in 5 minutes takes years to turn around.
Isn't he going back to Venezuela? And he's talking about Africa too. He's going to go over there.
He has.
Well, I don't know. I've heard him talk about that, but I'll tell you
Talking
something.
about
Oh, I
Cuba.
hear them saying he is.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
what's
they're going after Cuba now.
they're going to go after Cuba.
Well,
Yeah.
all right, first Cuba. I mean, it's like Hitler. You know, it's crazy. He's going after everything.
Well,
like
I mean,
Hitler.
he should pick his wars, you know, and he
Yes.
should pick his fights carefully. But
He must
hasn't.
have 5 going on at the same time in different areas. It's crazy.
And yes, we will run out of missiles. Okay,
Yes.
you know, I mean, come on, how many do we have? But he's unloading them all there. You know, he's turning Iran into another Gaza. You know, and then you've got Israel in there with him, and you know that what's his name, Netanyahu, is not a good guy. You know, and there are a lot of good guys in Israel who, if they started running that country, they'd be thinking twice about how they're handling these situations. You know, and what Netanyahu has done is just unpardonable. But there are a lot of people in Israel can't stand him either, but can't seem to do anything about him until there's no war and they can get rid of him. But as long as he keeps wars going, he's going to stay out of jail. Same thing over here for Trump.
Right, exactly.
The longer Trump can keep wars going, the more he can just keep an election from happening, a lot of different things. Can he do that? Am I right or wrong, Josh? And we're running out of time here, but can he do that, stating that he's a wartime president and he can't be voted out? No. That's the other thing, by the way, we're going to have to deal with the rest of the world on. They look at us and they say, you know, we can trust the latest president they have in, whoever might be there. But that's a country that every 4 years has an election. And then you get another president who isn't doing what we thought he would do. So they have no faith in dealing with America because we change our president so often. Not that we shouldn't, but they shouldn't be able to have the kind of power this guy has managed to amass. It's just wrong. Okay? Anybody disagree? No, I'm sure not.
Not on this one, no.
Well, there's a friend of ours who disagrees. He sent me a long message today about what a great man he is and how tribal we all are and how stupid we all are for being that way.
Oh, really?
Yes, a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Our friend. I won't. Our friend.
Well, I just don't. Well, I don't understand it because he's a good guy. Okay, he's a good guy.
Yes,
and I
he
just
is.
don't understand how he can have that political feeling. But, you know, whatever. Anyway, let me play the theme song. By the way, there's no Amy tonight, by the way. So don't blame me. I had nothing to do with it. Yes, Jeff?
Good night.
Oh.
Good night. Good night, Jeff.
Good night to Jeff. Good night to, let's say good night to, who's in the, is that you, Brian? Are you in that picture? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Kevin.
Brian, don't confuse me.
Good night.
And there's Adrian. Hey, thanks for being with us tonight, Adrian. Well, your face is going to get stuck one of these days, and it's never going to get back this way it was. Anyway, thank you, Brian, as well, or Kevin.
Yes.
Thank you, Kevin, for being here. Kevin?
Whatever.
Or Brian.
Okay, bye.
Josh, thank you for joining us tonight. I appreciate it. Always appreciate it. Mark Thorner, good to see you, pal. The wonderful Tom Yamaguchi. Alan, thank you. Who do we just lose? I don't know.
Maybe great.
Huh?
Bree?
Bree, do we miss Bree? No, Bree's still there. Charlene, thank you. Tony, thank you. Bree, thank you. Was there somebody I missed too?
Brian, we lost Brian.
Oh, we lost Brian, so I thanked him already. Anyway, everybody, give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a big wave goodbye at you, okay? There they go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the Citizen Panel. And we'll have another one on Monday when we do the pop-up show, and that will be at 4 o'clock on, it'll be at 4 o'clock on Facebook, okay? And then we'll be back here again next Wednesday night, same time, same station. And in the meantime, if you see her, as always, tell her I love her, okay? As though she doesn't know already. Bye-bye, everybody.